All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Torno here from 7-Figure Business Consulting, and in this video I want to talk about scaling your business while you're on vacation. Now, of course, this is a very clickbaity title, and of course, you're not going to go on vacation and the business is going to magically build itself, right? I want to talk about how exactly you can get there. And funnily enough, it's less about doing more, it's less about acquiring a new strategy, it's much more, mindset-wise at least, about letting go. And that's exactly what I want to talk about here in this video. So, you're an online coach, you're an online consultant, or an agency owner, and maybe you're making your 6 figures a year, you're making your 10, 20K a month, and it's okay. But ultimately, when you go on vacation, if you ever do, when you go on vacation, you're constantly stressed. When you go on vacation, your business is actually exactly at the spot where you left it, or it is actually doing worse. Funnily enough, we're in Cyprus here right now, and my business is doing sales literally as we speak. My clients are being supported, there's new clients being onboarded, there's ads are running, there's new people signing up for my for free consulting calls and so on and so forth. And that's beautiful, that's great. Like, I could fall off board, I could fall off board and be abandoned on an island. Where is that? St. George's Island? Is that over there? Or was that? Oh, I think I could be lost on this island, and by the time I'll be back, my business is doing just fine. In fact, when I'm back at the office 2-3 weeks from now, my business has actually grown. And that's ultimately the end goal where you want to be at, right? And again, how do you get there? It's less about doing more, and that's the problem. It's more about letting go. Because we see this a lot of time with people that are, 5-figure a month businesses. They have gotten there with hard work. They've gotten there via, tremendous personal sacrifice. And you're proud of that. And you've gotten there because you're a lot of in control. You're in control of your own emotions, you're in control of your own processes, and it's very hard for you now to let go of these things because it has brought you here, right? But the problem is you have to make a paradigm shift and you have to start letting go of things. You're probably scared of making your first hire because you think, oh, so far it's been only me, and it's a lot of responsibility, and maybe that one person that I'm going to help, that I'm going to build a team around, maybe they're going to leave the company, maybe they're going to be so good at what I'm teaching them that they become my competitor because what I'm doing is so special and is so specific, and I can't teach that to anybody else, and I have such a personal, specific, special relationship to my clients, and la-di-da. You have all these excuses that make it very hard for you to let go. And I get that because your business is your baby. It's very hard to let your kid go to college when he grows up, and it's similar to when you have your business. And yesterday I was actually on the phone with one of my 7-figure clients, and he said, Max, you're talking all about like, oh, your assistants do this, your coaches do that, your team can do that. I can't do that with my business. I can't do that with my employees. And I said, why not? And he said, well, because they wouldn't be able to do it. And maybe you're thinking that right now, right, as well. You're like, oh, I can't delegate XYZ part of my business because people wouldn't be able to do it right. And I said to this client, I said, look, you think they can't do it, and they probably can't do it because you've never let them do it. How else is someone going to learn it? All right? So you have to let go of your need to control each and everything, and you have to say, okay, I'm going to hire someone, I'm going to train them, I'm going to give them internal training, and I'm just going to let go of my constant need of control. And yes, they're going to mess it up at the first time, maybe on the second time, but slowly but steadily, as long as you hire someone competent, and as long as you are able to explain things to them, they're going to do the task properly. And I'm going to go even further. Once you start delegating things to people, and once you start letting go of your need of controlling everything, they're actually going to do it better than you. Because the way that we're teaching our clients when they're scaling is we basically say, like, look, you're going to put one person for one specific task, right? You're going to make it very, very narrow, the path that they're going through when they're completing a task. And when you have a person who does a task over and over again, whose sole responsibility is one thing, right? With one person who does the video editing, with one person who does the onboarding of the new clients, with one person to do the mindset, and so on and so forth. When that's all they do all day, they'll actually inevitably become better at that than you, right? So now let's say, random number, you have 60 different tasks in your company, and these 60 tasks bring your clients from point A to the end result that they desire to have, right? Now, just as an example, let's say you have 60 people doing each one task each. They're going to get better at that than you doing each and every one of these 60 tasks, simply because they're going to get more experience in it. And that's ultimately what you have to understand is you cannot automate your business unless you're willing to let go. And you cannot find yourself in a position where the sun is burning on your face and it's beautiful and it's warm and you're enjoying your time, you cannot get there unless you're willing to let go. You have to let go of the means that have brought you here where you are, which is very hard work, and you have to replace that with very smart work. You have to let go of your arrogance of thinking only you can do this task, because you can't. Right? You're not a special little snowflake. You can absolutely systemize and delegate each and every task. I used to think that too. I used to think, only I can do this. I was so far up my own, you know what? I was so full of my own self that I literally didn't even delegate editing videos for the longest time, because I was so particular about the cut needs to be exactly there, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Somebody asked me this the other day, said, Max, do you have any regrets? I'm like, yeah, not really, because it brought me where I am right now. But ultimately, I should have started delegating things 3 years earlier. I didn't delegate things for 3 years. What have you done 3 years ago? That's a long time. 3 years is a very, very long time span. And in these 3 years, I could have scaled my business already, could have reached more people already, could have kind of like unlinked myself from a lot of the smaller tasks. Because ultimately, you have to ask yourself the following question. Is your business serving you, or are you serving your business? Because if you are serving your business, you're gonna have a bad time. It shouldn't be like that. Your business should serve you. That's the point of a business. Otherwise, might as well get a 9-to-5 job. And I see this over and over again, that somebody reaches out to me on Facebook or Instagram and they're like, I don't want to scale because only I can do this, and I have such a special relationship to my clients. I have a special relationship to my clients as well. Does that mean I gotta do the paperwork myself because I want to maintain the special relationship? No, I hire an assistant who does that, so now I have more time for the things that actually count, which is being there for my clients, which is enjoying my life, which is being aware of the overall bigger picture that my company is being steered towards. That's something that you should be focused on, not the small menial tasks. So you have to let go of your need of controlling everything. You have to let go of your own arrogance of thinking that only you can do these tasks, because you're full of BS and you're a special little snowflake. It's almost like you're a little child. You're literally like a little child who's too focused on only me, and I'm so special. You gotta grow up. You build an actual company instead of this little solopreneur laptop lifestyle. Maybe you're making more money than all your friends from high school and you can be proud of yourself, but ultimately making 10, 20K a month, this is peanuts. You deserve better, your business deserves better, and then you can actually have more time for your family, for yourself, for traveling, for exploring, for your loved ones, for your spouse. Time is the only thing that's really valuable out there. And if you're wasting that doing menial tasks that could be delegated by someone that you hire, and you're not doing this because you're too immature to admit it to yourself that you are indeed replaceable, then you're gonna have a bad time, right? It's a bit of a real talk. Hate me for it if you want, that's fine with me. It's actually really good if you hate me. And ultimately, if you want to do things right, if you want to scale your online coaching, consulting, or agency business in a meaningful way, so you actually have more time for yourself, so you can go on vacation, then go ahead and book a free consulting call with us. I'm going to put a link down in the description below. And then what I want you to imagine is, imagine you do go on vacation, be it in a nice island here where it's warm, or be it in the mountains where you can go skiing, or anywhere. And imagine coming back from that business. And you actually you see that your business has grown. You see that you've gotten more clients. You see that you've made more money. You see that everything has not only been doing just fine without you, but maybe even better without you. That is where you want to be, right? So book that free consulting call right now and talk to you very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.